Melvin Ingram and Justin Houston are both 32. Like we were talking about it before we got on. We were saying like we just assumed that Justin was older because he just seems like the older guy. Like I don't know what it is, if it's his demeanor, if it's like how he dressed, like from like his attire on the field, right? He's not a flashy guy. Whereas you look at Melvin just looks younger. But they're both 32 years old, man. So I think either one of those guys. Now with Melvin, he has been coming off of back-to-back injuries in terms of missing time the past 2 years. But as a whole, I love both of their games. I think with Melvin, you probably get a little bit more on a per play basis. If you're looking for a
better in coverage a little bit.
Well, no, not even that. I'm just saying like if you're looking for a 17 game starter, I think Melvin is the guy that you look for. If you're looking for a guy to spell Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt, then you go Justin. I think Justin's going to be cheaper, but Justin in a role where he's the third rusher, I think he thrives. If you're asking Justin to play 17 games as the starter, 60 snaps, I don't know what that's looking like right now. That's the thing. Whereas, like I said, with Melvin, I don't know if it's because we haven't seen him as much lately or what, but he just seems like he can still play and be the true starter out there. But if you're high on Alex Highsmith and you're high on Quincy Roche, Justin Houston isn't a bad idea. Justin Houston, you bring him in here, is no different than when 2014 and 2015 we brought Debo back, right? You have guys that you're high on, whether it was Bud Dupree in 15 or Jarvis in 14. You don't stunt their growth, but you hedge your bet. You have me, who's a veteran guy. You got Debo, who's a super vet, right? So you're balanced around those younger players. And if the younger players surpass them, great. But if not, you still have high quality playing going on out there. So that's why when I think of Justin Houston, I'm like, I can see that role. If you still want to have, TJ's the mega. We're not worried about him. But if you want to give Alex Highsmith that opportunity to grow and you want to take the pressure off of Quincy to come in and be the guy, that third rusher in year one, well, yeah, Justin makes perfect sense. I would love Melvin, but I think Melvin's going to cost a little bit too much, man.
Okay. That is the question then.
Yeah.
Do you bring in one of these guys potentially to be a starter? And you're saying in this case, Melvin Ingram would be that? Yeah. Because that was one of my questions. Would this mess up Highsmith at all? And I think a lot of it would depend on how the Steelers felt about him. I wonder, with their interest in Kerrigan, what type of role he would have been playing. Because he did take a step back with Washington in terms of his role last year.
The money tells you a lot, though, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess we'll see. Like, I wonder if we would have brought in Kerrigan, if he would have been starting, if he would have been that third edge rusher behind Highsmith and Watt.
If Kerrigan is signing for 8, 9, or 10, that's starter money.
But he played well still.
No, I know, I know, but I'm saying, like, if you're paying him anywhere 8 and higher, there is no conversation about Alex Highsmith being the starter.
Sure.
Alex Highsmith is the third guy.
I don't know if we can afford that, can we?
Well, technically you could because of the whole voidable year deals, or if a guy just takes a 1 year, like you can, but obviously we know the ramifications. It's going to take away from the bigger cap number that we're going to potentially have next season. So that's the part. Like, how much do you want to have the full gamut that we're going to get next year, or you want to start chipping away at it this year and then potentially, have some people that we could miss out on because we already have money tied up. So that's my thing with that. But if they truly wanted to, they could do it. What were both of their stats last year? Because I know Ingram was coming. He's been hurt these past 2 years.
Ingram was hurt. You're right. I think he was around like
how productive Kerrigan was that though.
Sacks. I don't know how many games though, because I did check this before. Ingram. Oh, geez, no. He had 0 sacks last year.
No, I knew
played 7 games.
He was hurt though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 7 games.
Okay, so the last healthy year he had was what?
He had 13 games, 7 sacks.
That was
2019.
2019. Okay.
7. Yeah, dude. His stats aren't crazy gaudy.
Yeah.
He has his 2 highest sack seasons, 10.5. He has an 8 thrown in there, and then 2 7s, and then coming off a 0 sack, 7 games last year.
Yeah. Whereas with Kerrigan, what was
he had like 5.5 sacks last year, and that was in some type of backup role, third rush role. Maybe he could be less than 5.
Interesting.
You'd rather have Ingram then.
I personally would.
Houston was more productive last year.
If he's healthy, that's my thing.
Yeah, 5.5 for Kerrigan last year.
Down, bro. He's got to be healthy. If he's healthy, I like him a lot, man. Justin is super consistent. But like I said, Justin sends a different message.
I think he had like 7 or 8 sacks last year.
I feel like Justin Houston sends a different message. Justin Houston, like I said, it just means that you're very confident in Alex Highsmith, which I'm fine with.
He did start 16 games though last year. Started 16, 8 sacks. Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
Like I said, man, I feel like he could fit. Money-wise, it would make sense. But it would just have to be clear for Alex, like, because that type of move can kill a young player. That's all I'm saying. Like, I've seen it. Like, you bring in that veteran guy, these younger guys, and they think that was supposed to be their chance to get it. Some of these dudes don't respond the same way.
We already showed we're interested.
Yeah.
I don't know why, if we were interested in Kerrigan, why we wouldn't be interested in Houston, Ingram, a couple other these edge rushers. I'll name off some more names.
Well, the thing is, you don't have a lot of experience in our outside linebackers room. So it makes perfect sense